Shertong. I'm 55.
And where are we reaching you, Frank?
In the San Francisco Bay Area.
Frank, could you go ahead and read sentence number 1 for us?
Yeah, sentence 1. The airplane flew over urban and rural America.
Jaeyoung, after sentence 1, are you ready to make a guess?
I think I have a sense of the ballpark, but I would love additional data, so I'm gonna go on to ask for the second sentence.
All right, sentence 2. Got my hands up. They're playing my song. I know I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, it's a party in the USA.
Okay, that was sentence 2. How are we feeling, Jaeyoung?
I think I'm ready to make a guess.
Wow, okay, after sentence 2. Bold move.
I think that I would like to go with 19.
Okay, can you explain your reasoning?
Sure. I could hear
Did you put our
the way
address in, by the way?
that he
Yeah, I did.
on urban and rural. Even though he said both those words fine, I could hear the effort. I don't think he came here as a child. And on top of that, I could detect the hint of an English accent. And I wonder if Frank is someone who either spent time in Hong Kong, which was formerly a British colony, or went through an educational system that had British English instruction. And then maybe came here as a young adult, because I can tell that he's absolutely fluent in the language.
Gotcha. Okay, so 19, final answer.
Yes.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. Technically, based on the rules of the game, you got it wrong. But you're damn close. Frank came at age 22.
Oh.
And I am very tempted to give you the point because of some of the reasoning you gave.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe that's a place to start. Frank, can you talk a little bit about learning English and that process for you?
Yeah. So when I was young, when they decided to put English back into the curriculum after the Cultural Revolution, we really didn't have much material from the US. So anyone lived in China, my age or above, would know that's the age of the material from BBC. And so that's where I picked up my accent.
That's interesting. And the irony of it is that, I grew up in, I was born in 84, and I grew up when the only Chinese you were supposed to speak was state mandated, like accentless Mandarin. Do you remember?
Yeah.
So you weren't supposed to speak any regional accent at all. And that's the Mandarin that I speak, kind of completely devoid of any regional accent.
I disagree with that.
Oh, really? How so?
Because in my effort to look up Jaeyoung videos, I saw one of you interviewing restaurants in Chinatown.
Yes.
So in my view, you have less of an accent in English than your accent in Chinese.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, this is a plot twist. What do you mean? What do you hear in my Chinese?
For instance, the 知吃诗滋滋滋 distinction, you don't really try to make that clear.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Yes. But you don't hear like an American accent in my Chinese.
Right. Not an American accent, but a
Southern.
No,
Right.
but I can really tell that he,
Phew, Frank.
he's like,
you were gonna
he
accuse
does
me
not
of
have a
having
single bit of an
American
American
Sorry.
in Chinese.
He's
That
a
was
British
really
accent.
gonna
No, he sounds.
And on
like
that
he has-
note-
On that note, thank you so much, Frank.
Mainly British.
It was a real pleasure chatting.
Thank you, guys.
We are ready for our next guest. Please welcome Larissa. Hi, Larissa.
Hi there.
Hi, Larissa.
Yeah, my name is Larissa Zhou. I'm 35. No, wait, am I 35? I'm 34.
Okay.
Okay, so we are ready to jump in. Larissa, if you would, could you read sentence number 1?
The airplane flew over urban and rural America.
Okay, definitely gonna need the second sentence, Tobin.
Larissa, can you read sentence number 2?
Got my hands up. They were playing my song. I know I'm gonna be okay. Yeah, it's a party in the USA.
Okay, that's sentence 2.
Yes, and I'm gonna go for sentence number 3 as well.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go for 10.
Okay.
I'm thinking out loud. I think this one is a bit challenging.
Here's what I'll offer. Would you like to talk to Larissa a little bit more before locking in your answer?
Yes! Oh, yes, some mercy.
Okay. Well, so can I prompt then? Larissa, the last time we talked, you told a story about volunteering for a local library at some point. Could you tell that story?
I was volunteering to become an audiobook recorder at the Washington Talking Book and Braille Library. This was when I lived in Seattle. And you have to audition for it. You basically just read some passages. And later the volunteer coordinator got back to me and they said, yeah, the judges, they're hesitant to accept you because they don't know where you're from, but they know you're not from around here. They know you're not American. They can't tell where.
That was actually really helpful. Tobin, if I may,
Yes.
I'm going to alter my my guess and I will give you my explanation. I'm going to say I'm deciding between 15 and 16. I just can't quite pull the trigger. I'm gonna go for 16.
Okay, you're going for 16. You're coming up. Can you tell me a little bit why?
It's the way she says the word song. She kind of swallows the G in a way that I don't think a native ever would. So it came out like sung rather than song. And when that happened, my ears perked up because that's exactly the way that my mom would have said the word song.
Okay, you can't see that I am squirming in my seat because unfortunately you went the wrong direction.
Oh.
No!
Your guess of 10 years old was closer because the actual answer was that Larissa moved here when she was 7.
Oh, it's so frustrating because that's the age I came here. And how aware are you of your accent? I mean, do you feel like you can hear it?
I would say until that experience, which was maybe 7-8 years ago with the recording book, I thought I was camouflaged. I thought I was good. And when I heard that they could tell I didn't sound like I was from the US, I felt, I don't know, a little disappointed or a little offended. And then I spoke to my boyfriend at the time, who is American, grew up in America, and I said, what, I don't have an accent. I speak really good English. And he said, yes, you speak very good English, but you don't speak like an American. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, for example, he swears things, but he doesn't enunciate. And then when he pointed this out, he says, I enunciate everything.
And when he said that, was that a moment of recognition, or were you like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. I think it comes from making sure I am understood in English by my parents and other immigrants, wanting them to understand me. So
Right. And I wonder if there's a part of you that wants to have no accent at all. Ideally, would it be better just to be completely accentless?
yeah, for a long time, I had my experiences had made me to be ashamed of it, and now I'm just like, why? Why? I don't want that. I'm going to stand up for where I come from, the things that shaped me, the things that, even the experiences that made me enunciate, because this is something I did to help my community, and now it's really part of me. And
Yeah. No, I really like your logic there, and also kind of the evolution of your